that you're thinking M&A, Web 2, Web 3. That's like a huge unlock that I think no one's figured out.
Dude.
Telegram showed us.
Player One Taco coming to you live for a TacoBytes random bite with the one and only Luca Nets. We are here at DEAI Day and Art Fest, and there's like 3 other little events going on here. It's an amazing time here in Brussels during ECC. Luca, how are you doing today, man?
Dude, I'm loving this venue. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving this guy. So I'm doing great. But this is a great place. I know you respect things like this.
Dude, it is like, so for those who haven't seen it yet, it is like bare bones here. You almost think like it's dilapidated.
Totally.
But on purpose. I think literally someone came through with a hammer and like
intentionally
chunked things out, and they're like, okay, we can't touch this one because this is actually support beam, but we'll go for the next one.
Have you been downstairs?
I have not yet.
Oh, that's what's going to really blow your mind. Go downstairs. This is nothing.
This is nothing. But so far, Brussels, you just got in the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
How do you like Brussels so far?
Brussels, what an amazing first impression. Really quaint European town. Makes you feel good, makes you feel homey, feel safe, and loving the weather. So 10 out of 10 so far.
All right. So a question that probably you've been asked a lot of times, but who knows? What was the first NFT you ever bought?
First PFP NFT I ever bought was a Pudgy Penguin, but the first NFT I ever bought was a Ferocious. I think it was like a one-of-one piece on Nifty Gateway, if I remember correctly. So I was, and then there was this other guy, like Arithmetist, who did like these like bald guys that did like weird motions. So I was just really trying to collect like what would look cool in a digital frame, and the Ferocious and this made a lot of sense.
All right. You and the entire Pudgy team have done an amazing job curating an ecosystem of a community that's ever expanding, like that has, I don't know of a Web3 object that's been stolen more than Pudgy's birth certificates. Like we literally more things have been stolen, I think, in there, but like it's creating its own ecosystem in a way, and you're still bringing more people on chain every day. Have you guys taken account of how many new birth certificates are scanned in every day?
Yeah, I think we're averaging a couple thousand a day right now. I think at one point we were in the tens of thousands, but now it's a couple thousand. I think you can actually see it on chain. I think we have a Dune dashboard for it, but in total, 150,000 plus accounts have been made on Pudgy World, and people are scanning these QR codes like madmen.
Nice. And so you've expanded that out. Are there any new plans for there's the new small line looking out coming out? Anything else on the horizon?
We've got some crazy physical products releasing here, some amazing collaborations, things that I think people have no idea is coming from a physical and brand collaboration standpoint. Mm-hmm. Now we're really just trying to figure out how to integrate all of these things into Abstract and just make sure that Abstract's powering our entire ecosystem.
So, okay. Awesome. There's been a lot of drama lately on crypto Twitter.
Yeah.
Celebrity coins, all of that shit. You've sort of done a really good job of stepping out of it and not participating in it.
Yeah.
Without throwing you into the bus, what are some of your thoughts on that?
At the end of the day, I think crypto is a lot more political than I think people think, so I try to stay out of those things to the best of my ability. I actually have a contrarian take that might rile some feathers, but I believe all eyeballs and all onboarding is relatively positive. It's like good publicity is good publicity. I think there's some truth to that. The problem with crypto is, for every million people that come into this space, 900,000 and 950,000 of them lose money. And then they spew a negative sentiment for an extended period of time. And only 50 to 100,000 out of that million people that come, actually have a positive experience. And so I like people coming into the space because I know 1 out of 10 of them will stay here for some sort of meaningful amount of time. But the other 9 out of 10 I feel bad for because I know they're going to have a bad experience. This is ultimately what I think consumer crypto solves. You got to create a value proposition that's bigger than price going up and price going down.
Yeah.
But I'm not the most ecstatic about it, but I don't think I'm as negative as other people may be on the subject.
And it's an interesting take on it too. In a permissionless world, people are trying to gatekeep who can and cannot come here and what they can do here. And so everyone sort of passes on that do your own research type of thing. It's like, But there's a really big new movement that's sort of coming along of AI into Web3.
Yeah.
How have you sort of seen that coming along?
And I think there's a multitude of different facets, but I think the part of that blockchain excites me the most, and its integration of AI, is really in the authentication of things. Mm-hmm. This idea that you have this immutable, transparent ledger, and this idea of fake content and all of these things that I think AI can have some pretty significant net negatives, obvious net positives in the world, but I think blockchain supplements for a lot of the net negatives that comes with AI. So I'm excited to see those innovations. Then obviously on an IP perspective, I love to see people, leverage AI to create things. That barrier to entry to creating IP is getting smaller and smaller, and I think sometime soon here we'll see an IP boom the likes of which the world's never seen before.
Yeah. And lastly, you do 1,000+ interviews a week, it seems like. You hop on spaces, you make yourself accessible to the community. You're always getting interviewed.
Yeah.
Who do you want to interview?
Who would I want to interview? Anyone in the world?
Anyone in the world.
I'd love to interview Elon.
Okay.
I love Elon. Elon Musk. Badass motherfucker.
Eric, we need to make that happen. I think we can make that happen.
Yeah. Or Vitalik would be a fun one. I wonder
His
if Vitalik...
his mom's really fun to talk with.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm not
she's
familiar.
amazing.
I wonder, I would love to talk to him and see, if penguins are on his radar. I would love to talk to Vitalik. I think Vitalik's a pretty badass guy.
All right.
Anybody on the Mount Rushmore of crypto I'd love to talk to, as well as, anyone on the Mount Rushmore of entrepreneurship. I think there could be some fun interviews.
Who do you see right now on the Mount Rushmore of crypto?
The Mount Rushmore of crypto would probably be Vitalik. You got to get it the Solana guy, so you probably throw totally up there. You got to put, honestly, think Primo at layer 0. I mean, they're the most secure omni-chain bridge and most used bridge in the world.
Yeah.
The future is inoperable, and so you got to put him on the Mount Rushmore. I think there's something to be said about some of the media guys, CoinGecko. Just kind of slept on, these guys that own these huge platforms. Obviously CZ, free CZ, shout out him. Free my dog at the pound.
What do you think of his education platform that he's building out?
I think he's great. I think anything. I mean, CZ's got all the power to really change the world here. Free my guy. But I don't know too much about the education platform, but I'm sure he's probably got a good finger on the pulse there.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
Man, just watch out for Abstract Chain and to see what that comes out next. And Pudgy Penguin's got some big, more partnerships and big announcements coming here shortly. And hopefully we make some good relationships and good connections here at UCC.
So will the ROGs finally have a purpose?
Oh man, the ROGs, if you can put two and two together, you can see where these ROGs are going. ROGs belong in rooms like this. Statues immortalized until the end of time, but ROGs also do play a little bit of a transactional purpose, which you guys will see here shortly.
Let's freaking go. All right, and now Luke, the last question I always ask as we end every episode the same way. Final thoughts, words of wisdom.
Never give up. The difference between people who make it and people who don't is one gives up at some point and the other does not. So keep going, keep riding. You can do it. See a lot of amazing stories every single day. It's not just a couple of us.
Nice. And as always, our words of wisdom are always the same. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity can never come a knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. That's how I got this interview. Proof.
Top dog right here.
And now we got to end this interview with the greatest, worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. Are you ready for it?
Ready.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?